The sky over Bitterroot, Montana stretched wide and endless, like the silence that followed loss. Elizabeth Beth Turner, once the refined daughter of a merchant in St. Louis, had learned the hard way how quickly life could fall apart. A stagecoach ambush had taken her family, leaving her with nothing but thread, thimbles, and the will to survive. By the time John Caldwell found her, Beth was sewing patches on a miner's coat for coins, sleeping in a hayloft, and carrying her grief like a second spine. John, a grizzled rancher of 50, noticed the fire in her eyes. He didn't need a wife, he needed an heir, a manager, someone who'd outlast the winter winds and rustlers alike. "I won't pretend love," he told her, "but I offer steadiness and land." Beth accepted, not out of affection, but because she was tired of drifting. They wed in the small timber church at the edge of town, vows echoing through sunlit dust. At Caldwell Ranch, Beth took to her new life with quiet purpose. She managed ledgers, taught letters to ranch hands' children, and revived the wild herb garden Mary John's late wife had once planted before a fever took her and their unborn child. John, guarded by grief, kept his distance, but when Beth climbed ladders to fix roofs or stayed up counting calving records by lantern light, his gaze lingered longer. She challenged his ranching choices, argued when he planned to buy more land, and once even dared to laugh at his solemn tone. Beneath her resilience, he found a kindred spirit. When Beth felt the stir of life in her womb, the distance between them melted. He called it convenience, but he held her like she was the last thing keeping the world from breaking. Then Caleb Ramsey returned. John's cousin, slick, silver-tongued, and dangerous, waved forged papers, claiming the land by ancestral right. He sowed doubt in town, whispering that Beth had married for money and John had grown soft. He hired rustlers to burn hay, threatened workers, and sabotaged water lines. When John rode out to protect the herd, Caleb struck legally, offering bribes, manipulating documents, cornering witnesses. But Beth wasn't just a rancher's wife. In the saloon, she stood before the town and dissected Caleb's lies with precise clarity, revealing flaws in his false deed. Meanwhile, John's crew fought off the ambush near the Bitterroot River. 2 captured rustlers named Caleb as their boss. Beth gathered sworn statements. A blacksmith stepped forward. He'd seen Caleb forge the signature. The trial took place in a barn-turned-courthouse. Beth, belly round with new life, spoke of commitment not just to John, but to the land, to truth, to the future they were building. The judge ruled in John's favor. Caleb fled town, leaving only smoke and shame. That spring, Beth gave birth to a daughter they named Mary. Together they built not just fences and fields, but a legacy. A one-room schoolhouse rose near the barn. Beth's garden flourished with mint, sage, and hope. And beneath the vast Montana sky, with storms always threatening the horizon, John and Beth stood shoulder to shoulder, ranchers, lovers, survivors, ready for whatever came next.